In this video, we're going to show you how to set up the JotForm WebMerge integration so that you can automatically have your documents created anytime someone clicks submit on your JotForm. We've broken this down into 4 easy to follow steps. The first step will be to build your JotForm. The second step will be to set up your document template in WebMerge. Our third step will be we're going to take you into Zapier so that you can connect your JotForm and WebMerge accounts. And our fourth step will be in Zapier as well, where we're going to set up what's called a field mapping in Zapier. So those are the steps we'll cover today, so let's get to it. The first step will be to go into JotForm and make sure we set up our form, our JotForm. So you can see we have a very simple form we've created here, and we won't go step by on this process, but we'll need to make sure this is done first. Our second step will be to set up our document template in WebMerge. So we'll sign into our WebMerge account, and then we're going to hit this blue new document button, and we'll type the name of the document in the space provided, and then click Next. WebMerge is then going to ask you where you'd like to build your document template. We have 3 different places that you can do this. Our first place is our Build Your Own document builder. This is just a WYSIWYG editor that lives right here within your WebMerge account. If you have a fillable PDF where you want to have data from your JotForm automatically merged into the fillable spaces, or to potentially check a checkbox or radio button, you can do that here. You'll just need to upload your fillable PDF. Here's an example of a W9 form. We'll need to make sure that we put names or values in each of these fillable spaces, like we have here, name, business name. We'll do this just going into the properties of each one of these sections, and then giving this a name. This name cannot have any spaces, and it cannot have any special characters other than an underscore. As long as you follow that format, then the data will be able to be merged in here successfully. We can also allow you to build your template in any of the Office document options, Word, Excel, or PowerPoint. Here's an example of a template that's built in Word. In Word and our document builder, we do have a syntax that needs to be followed here for our merge fields. It starts with a squiggly bracket and then a $sign. Then you put your name in place, which again cannot have any spaces or special characters other than an underscore, and then close with a squiggly bracket. You can name these fields whatever you'd like. We're going to connect each of these fields over to data that will be flowing in from your JotForm in Zapier here in step 3 and in step 4. You'll save that to your computer, and then you're going to upload that template right here via our Browse button. If you're a startup or you're not happy with your current templates, we do offer boilerplate templates here. So you can choose one of these templates, upload this, and you can make changes there so it's more of a custom template for you. Once you've made your uploads or your choice, then just hit Create Document, and then we'll go into setting up the rest of your workflow. We'll come into a document that I have set up here for an invoice that we're going to have automatically created from JotForm in this example. You'll be brought to these gray workflow tabs here. This is a one-time setup here within WebMerge, and we're just going to work from left to right. So our first tab here is the Overview tab. It'll show you how many merges you've had all time and in the past 30 days. Our second tab will be our Document Builder tab if we chose to build our document template here. If you chose to build it as a fillable PDF or a Word template, it'll say Manage File up here, and you'll have to upload and download. But for this example here, you can see our invoice that we're trying to create. We've put merge fields in place for account name, person's name, email, address, and several other places in the template. Made it look just like we'd like. Then save document, and then we'll come along our workflow here to customize our settings. We'll choose the type of document that we'd like to output. We have several different options here. We'll choose PDF in this example. Then we'll customize page size, as well as choosing portrait or landscape. We'll also have the ability to name the file automatically every time it's created. This drop-down is going to regurgitate all the different merge fields that you put within your template, no matter where you chose to build your template. You can select one of these so that each time a data is submitted from JotForm, it'll use one of these pieces of data to name the file. Down here in status, this is important as you're putting together a proof of concept. Make sure things are in test mode. This just means it won't charge towards your monthly limit. You can do this during your free trial, so you can make sure this is going to be a great fit for you. We can also save merge data for debugging. So any data that's sent from JotForm over to us, we can hold on to that and you can access that data. Once you're ready to produce things live in your account, just click active and the watermark that's put on each document in test mode will go away and it'll give you a nice clean looking document. We'll then save settings and then come over to deliver. This is where we're going to tell WebMerge where we'd like to have our documents delivered to. So we'll receive the data from JotForm, we'll merge it into the template, we'll output the type of template we're looking for. In this example, it's a PDF. Now we tell WebMerge where we want it to go. We can have this document stored back into a CRM that we directly integrate with here, so it can be stored right within a record or a module. You'll just choose the account that you like to have it saved in, and it will automatically be saved there in your account. Same with doc storage. We integrate with some of the top cloud storage options on the market today. AWS, Box, Dropbox, Google Drive, SharePoint are some of our most popular ones here. You'll just choose one of these accounts that you already have set up, give us one-time username, password authentication. We'll pull in your folders. You'll choose which folder your document would like to be saved in, and it will automatically be stored in that file for you every single time a JotForm is submitted. We can also help you to get an e-signature on a contract or any other document. You'll need to choose one of the 8 services that we have here. It'll be a one-time username, password authentication, just as before, and then we're going to pull in a person's name and email address from your JotForm. That'll be connected to an e-signature tag that will need to be placed in your template there so we can get a signature on the document. If you need your documents hard mailed out, we do have 2 great options for that, case mail and lob. We'll send them the document that we create with the mailing credentials. They're going to print the document, stuff it in an envelope, stamp it, address it, put it in the mail, and your client will receive a hard copy of the document. Lastly, and our most popular, is just to set up a simple email of the document, sent out as an attachment. You can customize who it's going to, who it's coming from, the subject, the body. You can delay delivery and CC, BCC, and several other options here. WebMerge is never going to be a bottleneck for you. We'll always be able to webhook documents out, which just gives you the ability to really send your document automatically wherever you'd like to for any other software that can receive a webhook. FTP is an option. If you need your document printed, Google Cloud Prints can allow you to print your document to any printer on the planet that has Wi-Fi. Once you have your delivery set up, then you'll need to come in here and customize the settings here via Edit. The last step will be to set up the integration with JotForm. What we'll need to do here is we'll need to hop over into Zapier. Now that we have our template built in WebMerge and we have our form built in JotForm, we need to connect the 2 accounts. We're going to use a third-party tool called Zapier. So you need to set up an account. Just come to Zapier.com. Once you set up an account, you can click the button Make a Zap here. And then we'll come in here and set up a Zap between our JotForm account over to our WebMerge account. And we'll simply just follow the steps. The way Zapier works is it calls something a trigger, just is going to trigger something to happen, and then an action as far as what action is going to be taking place when something triggers that. The trigger in this example is going to be JotForm. So we'll come down here. Our first option is choose a trigger app. So we'll choose JotForm. Then it's going to ask us what needs to be the trigger. We only have one option, which is just going to be a new submission. So when someone hits submit in JotForm, it will trigger the production of a document. So we'll hit continue. Then we'll need to connect our JotForm account. It'll just ask for some credentials there from you as far as connecting an account. You're going to follow these prompts and it will connect your JotForm account. And then you'll hit continue. Then it's going to be able to pull in your different JotForm forms in a drop down here. It's going to pull in all your different forms. You're going to choose which one that you'd like to connect over to WebMerge. In my example, it's going to be the ABC company form. So I'll select this and then we'll hit continue. Then we'll be able to test this to make sure Zapier is receiving the information. You'll need to go over to your JotForm form and fill out a JotForm form. Make sure there's at least one submission, and then you can test your JotForm and make sure you collected the data there. Once you've done that, then hit continue. Then we'll come down to WebMerge and set up the second half of this process, which is called our action. So same as before, it's going to ask us to choose an action app this time. We'll choose WebMerge. Then in WebMerge, we can create a document or we can create a data route. A data route is just creating multiple documents at once. If you need that, we can go into that in another video. In this video, we'll focus on just creating a single document, so we'll choose Create Document Merge. Then we'll need to connect our WebMerge account. You'll just grab your API field name and password when you connect your account here, and you'll do that by coming over into your WebMerge account and going down to API access, and you'll be able to grab that information here by creating a new API key. You can call it Zapier. Hit create key. WebMerge is going to create you a new key, and you're just going to copy and paste each one of these over here into where it's going to ask for that API key and secret. Once you do that, it will connect to your account, and we'll be able to hit continue. Our last step here in the process is to set up what's called a field mapping. So first off, we're going to need to be able to pull in the correct document within WebMerge. So we see these different WebMerge logos here down here. The first stop is what document do we want to pull in. Zapier is going to pull in all of our different document templates in our account. We'll need to choose the correct one. In this example, I'm trying to connect invoice over to my JotForm. We can download the file and allow the file to be downloaded immediately if we'd like, or we can skip that. Then we'll come down here to these different merge fields that we have in our template. So it has the WebMerge logo. Account is just a merge field that I put in my template. Name is just a merge field in my WebMerge template. Same down here for email, address, and so on. Here on the right, you're going to see these plus buttons. This is going to access the different questions and within your JotForm form. So we see things like phone number, person's name, email address. You're just going to match this up. So whatever question you connect here to a merge field in WebMerge, when a JotForm is filled out, the answer will flow into this part of the document, into this merge field. So we'll make sure that we connect the WebMerge company question here so that it flows directly into our document to this spot. Same with name. We'll come here to the side, hit our plus button. We'll come down to find out where this name is, and it's right here. We'll click this button, and that'll put that into place so that the answer of this will flow into this part of the document template within WebMerge. We'll do that for each one of our merge fields, and our questions match that up, and then we'll hit continue. Once we get to this step, we've really finished the setup and the integration between our JotForm and our WebMerge account. We'll make sure to turn our Zap on. Once our Zap is on, then we'll need to test this, and we can do this just by coming into our JotForm, filling out our form, and making sure that a document is created just like we set up in WebMerge. So this is how you set up your JotForm WebMerge integration using Zapier. If you have any questions, please reach out to our support team at support@webmerge.me. Thanks for your time today, and good luck web merging.